Dan Beto drill explained, take 6. I'm spending way too much time talking about it. I'm going to try to speed this up. I want this to be something like quick and easy so you can learn. There's a lot to explain, and there's so many great videos out on the internet. The problem is everybody's got their niche, everybody's got the things that they don't explain well. Dan does a good job explaining like 95% of the Dan Beto drill. So you can check out his latest video on it, which is Dan Beto 2.0. So you can search for that on the YouTubes. It's really easy to mess this drill up if you already have bad mechanics and you don't understand everything that goes on with the drill. So there's a lot of things that we can add on top of this drill to help with your overall mechanics. Now, if you watch Dan's video, he talks about spinning out. I'm gonna go over spinning out real quick. Spinning out's basically the action of rotating through with your shot. I think we can do this drill just fine without rotating through our shot. The point of this drill is to isolate the out motion, our shoulder turn, and our follow through, okay? So this is a timing drill. We don't wanna over rotate our shoulders. If we're throwing our weight to start this shot versus bracing to start the shot, it's really easy to over-rotate your shoulders. If you're not keeping your off leg and your off arm in position, it's really easy to mess this drill up and spin out. The other thing that we need to make sure that we can think of in this, because I know I'm adding a lot onto this drill, is our head position. We don't want to throw our head into the shot. That really hurt. I have neck problems from throwing my head while throwing. We don't want to do that. Throwing your head is bad. Your body follows your head. It's going to get you out of time, and it's going to rob power because we're not allowing the body to build out. Why do we do the Beto drill? The Beto drill helps us with the out part of out, in, out. Where people struggle is the old style pull method. They're reaching back probably too far versus staying with good spine alignment. They're probably reaching back too far. They're jerking the disc through, and because they're doing all this jerking motion, they're out of time. Then they have to throw their weight through the shot, and it comes out late. Can you throw a disc like that? Yes, it's not very mechanically good. Can you throw over 400 feet like that? Sure, there's guys on tour that do it. Why they keep using this weird language to demonstrate it, I think that's mainly because what us coaches are doing with trying to update language is not on them. They're not going to watch our videos about like language and better rigmarole and whatnot. So I just want to remind everybody too, when you're doing drills, the drills aren't always for distance. This is not a distance drill. Can you throw distance with it? Yes, when you get good at it. But that's not something you'd necessarily do. We're really focusing on getting the disc out and using our body to do that without throwing our weight around. Because that's the hardest part is people are like, if I'm doing the Beto drill, how do I get my shoulders to turn without turning my shoulders? Well, let's use regular parts of a standstill throw to initiate that. So we're going to weight shift into our throw. We're not throwing the hips into the shot, we're weight shifting, because when you brace properly and you push back, down and back, you can see my hips turn into the target. My body wants to follow when I turn my hips. The body has to follow. We're not trying to spin around and do all sorts of silly stuff. If that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm just trying to explain this drill and how it can benefit you. So let's go over it again. We're going to focus on throwing from a brace, a standstill brace. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're focusing on keeping our off arm in good position. We're not trying to drive it through and over rotate our shoulders. We're not trying to spin out, so that means we need to use our off leg as a counter rotation. That's part of what the off leg does, is it helps you counter the rotation of your body wanting to come through. Same thing with your off arm. That's the whole point. If you've seen the swim move's about creating resistance in your shoulders so you can push against it. This is part of the long-term goal of adding the secret sauce, is getting your body and shoulders into time so you can add with your muscles. You watch guys like Paul and stuff, and you see them right here, and they're just, and just the veins popping out. I wish I could do that. They're adding the sauce in. But if you don't have this mechanic down right away, you're gonna end up rounding because you're trying to throw your arm and throw your weight through it. Now, there's other ways to get distance, but we're looking at basics of mechanics. We're trying to get basics down before we add special stuff. Good basics get you a long ways in golf. I'd rather be 350 accurate than 450 I don't know. Because I can play good golf if I can put it 350 where I want every time. I might not score the best, but I'm not bogeying. I'm not throwing from in the woods. I'm controlling my shot. Control is good. When we have good mechanics, we can impart control. We're not getting wild. So we're really focusing on getting our shoulders in time, getting our arm out, and following through. So how do we do this? We're going to do this with a weight shift. So I'm going to teach you, I think this is a sea bass thing. I know Brett Canis focuses on it a little more. He calls it rock the baby. The idea is we're just going to rock. This is like, think about like a penguin walking. They're kind of dumb and stuff. Does it look dumb? Yes. So let's bend our knees a little bit and get up on our toes. Okay. This is a little bit more athletic. This allows us to get our heel down and back. Down and back. And that pushes our hips. So if we're here, okay, Mike, I'm not covering the microphone, and I push down and back, my body's going to want to go through the shot because I'm stopping. My shoulders are already wanting to turn. So now all I have to do is push the disc out. Okay? When we're throwing with more brace and letting the body rotate through, if your shoulders are in time, this disc is automatically going to want to sling out. We don't want to try to control it around by trying to like power through it. We want to power out. That's what this is helping you do. I'm spinning out a little bit. That means I need to focus on that mechanic. I think I turned my head as well. This is a really good way to make sure some of these basic mechanics are working for you. So pre-shot routines are something that not all players do. My pre-shot routine is figuring out where I want to brace, where I want my hips to stop, because our hips are what help us aim. And I'm thinking about my off arm and my off leg, and I'm thinking about pushing the disc out and getting my shoulders to work with my hips. Let's do this again here. And we're just doing it from a standstill, which makes it a little bit harder. If you get good push mechanics, out mechanics, 300 is possible from the Beto drill. Fairly easy. We're not trying to do that when we're first learning this drill. We're trying to get the disc out on the target line that we're trying to throw, so our timing of our shoulders and our out is good. I've got a line on the floor that I'm throwing at. The first disc out came out on target. The second one was a little left. That means my shoulders were not in time. All right, here we go. Let's throw that one again. All right. And I totally messed that up. I am not some amazing athlete like Simon. I played too many sports. I struggle. The reason that I'm breaking some of this stuff down is because I struggle and I try to make myself better with injuries. When I first started disc golfing, I did a lot of things wrong. I kept hurting myself. I kept hurting my shoulder. I kept hurting my back. I just got over hurting my neck, trying to throw my head at the shot. I've been focusing really hard on keeping my head neutral while I throw. There's a lot of things that are going on for some of us that this isn't a natural movement for us. These young guns that are coming out that are starting at like age 10 with good mechanics, the world is going to be insane. You already see guys like Gannon. There's a local guy here, Harper Thompson. They are outstanding when it comes to disc golf mechanics because their body has been built around it. The rest of us older people, I'm 40, we're plagued with injuries from working or playing sports, and this is not a natural movement. It's a natural movement with two hands if we're swinging a bat. Okay, so let's look at that real quick. Okay, so I got my bat here from when I was in high school baseball. That was a long time ago. I still have it because I used to hit golf balls with it, which was hilarious because this thing sends golf balls. So when I played baseball, I could hit left-handed. So if we're swinging a bat right-handed, our lead hand is on the bottom of the bat. Okay, so if I'm to swing left-handed, my disc golf throwing hand is going to be on the bat. When we're swinging a bat, we have a second hand to help us gain leverage and help us control the motion that we're swinging the bat. This is why you can get a lot of benefit out of the hammer drill as well. Not necessarily throwing a hammer, but feeling the weight push you out with the Beto drill, okay? So let's think about swinging a bat. We're going to brace and push back. That helps us drive our hips into the shot and our shoulders come around, okay? And when we swing the bat, my shoulders are here, my arm is out, right here, okay? That's what we're looking to emulate because this is powerful. This is not. Why do they go so far? It's because you're getting this weird kinetic snap at the end. It's not mechanically sound, it's not mechanically repeatable. That's the big issue with a rounded throw. A rounded throw is not easily repeatable because it's a random mechanic, and a lot of times what happens is when people round and throw late, it's because they get around, finally all their timing connects, then the disc rips out of their hand. We're looking to get it out. So hopefully that's not too complicated. I need to wash my hands. This is terrible. But hopefully that explains a lot of what the Beto drill is about. And so I'll go over some of this basic stuff one more time so people have an idea, because we're right at the end of the video. I talked about a lot of stuff. Beto drill is isolating this out motion and our shoulders and our timing, okay? Out. So you can practice that because we're just gonna push into our brace and out. Keep your leg and your hand back. Follow through. Don't throw hard, follow through. Keep your head cool. We don't want to throw our head at the target. We don't want to throw our hips at the target. Every time we start throwing body parts around, we're killing our kinetic chain from our brace. Got it? Hopefully that explains it better. That or I completely messed it up, but that's how I teach the Beto drill.